So here we go, guys. We got a wee bit of a dark Brandon moment to share with you guys. So this is, gotta keep it real, man. This is based. So more Perfect Union reports. Breaking, at a White House event, President Biden announces new plans to crack down on junk fees across the economy, including bank overdraft fees, credit card late fees, cell phone termination fees, and airline ticketing fees. Color me shocked, y'all. Color me shocked. This is great. I love this. Biden also announced new grants to small meat processors to spur competition in the industry. Today, 4 massive meatpacking companies use monopoly control to jack up prices as they make record profits at consumers and ranchers' expense. So look, this is a great idea too. It would probably be more efficient to just break up the monopolies, but if they're not doing that, this is, I guess, the second best thing they could do. Biden unveiled a proposed federal rule requiring airlines and travel sites to disclose upfront the first time an airfare is displayed any fees charged to sit with your child, for changing or canceling your flight, and for checked or carry-on baggage. So I guess more transparency in certain kinds of fees. That's good too, but, I like the idea of just eliminating the junk fees, as they referenced earlier here. As we've reported, the CFPB has already begun cracking down on overdraft charges and similar fees in the past year. That work could return up to $15 billion to Americans in 2022. So this is important, guys. And this is, again, why the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is honestly one of the best government agencies. So I talked about this before. I got back hundreds of dollars from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau because a credit card company sold me identity theft protection, and there wasn't even a program. There was nothing. They were just taking money from me every month to say, oh yeah, you have identity theft protection. Well, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau investigated that, found out it was bullshit, and cut checks to everybody who was defrauded. That's what they did. So I got like $300 or $400 or something like that. That's the government working for you. That's what that is. Now, Trump came in and destroyed the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Appointed some crook to the head of it, totally handcuffed them. Now, Biden's getting in there and doing the opposite, going back to actually having it work for the people. Now, Biden's got a lot of flaws, and I talk about them all the time. This is not one of them. This is based dark Brandon here. And anybody who's being intellectually honest will admit that. So, repeat it. The CFPB has already begun cracking down on overdraft charges and similar fees in the past year. That work could return up to $15 billion to Americans in 2022. That's on top of the $12 billion the CFPB has already returned to defrauded customers like me. Keep it real, dog. I want to see more of this. Look, this is just yet another thing you add to the list, right? When a lot of people say they don't like to voter shame, then they'll turn around and voter shame for somebody who voted for Biden. For anybody who voted for Biden, you now got a number of things in that basket you can reach and grab for when somebody tries to say, oh, you voted for Biden? What the fuck's wrong with you? Hey, he did $15 minimum wage for 400,000 federal workers and contractors. Trump didn't do that. Biden did that. That's one thing you can point. Student loan debt reduction. It's a lot of money. Eliminates student loan debt for 33% of people who have it. Helps 43 million Americans. Cuts it by half for over 50% of people who have student loan debt. That's positive. 15% corporate minimum tax rate. That's positive. Allowing the EPA to regulate carbon emissions right after the Supreme Court slapped it down and said, you can't do that, EPA. This would need to get through Congress. So they slipped it into the IRA and re-regulated it like that, which is super important because if they weren't able to do that, are you kidding me? It'd be runaway climate change. As far as the eye could see, you could theoretically double, triple the amount of emissions we have just because of what the Supreme Court did. They fixed it like that. And now we get this. Cracking down on junk fees, bank overdraft fees, credit card late fees, cell phone termination fees, and airline ticketing fees. Look, he's doing better than I thought he'd be doing. Got to keep it real. And I said it before. I did a whole segment on it with Crystal. We discussed it. We debated it. I think she largely agrees with me, though. He's already surpassed Obama in my lifetime as the best president of my lifetime. Now, to be fair, that's tallest kid in kindergarten type stuff. True. But it's still worth noting. So keep it going, Dark Brandon. Keep it going. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.